Good afternoon and welcome to take 2 of BD Radio this episode. Last episode we descended into some bickering because Danielle didn't believe me when I said that last year we opened on the 9th of November, which is crazy because this year we're at this stage, and I stress at this stage, able to open on November 6th, like the parallels between the year. And she's like, no, I don't think it was the 9th, I think it was the 4th. And went to great lengths to try and prove me wrong, only to then not be able to apologise and say that I'm a dickhead.
Wow. I just apologise to you.
Don't bring the previous episode's energy into this episode. We are a beacon of positivity here at BD Radio.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's a great moment for me. Often this goes the other way in our house.
It was a great day until just now.
Yeah.
So we've had a great morning at the park, PT.
Had a great arvo too.
It's great to be back seeing people
in the flesh.
How nice. Yeah. It just makes me smile.
It was just
great
good vibes. Good vibes.
Wow, look at us.
Good juju. Good weather.
Yes.
It's been
the weather does make a difference.
Oh, it's been a bit pox this week, so cold in the mornings. And I said to Dan, I was like, I've been so pumped about getting outdoors into PTs, and now I wouldn't mind a hot coffee and a Zoom session in the mornings. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, it is different. Exciting time. So yes, we're back out in the park, which is super duper fun.
Not for much longer though.
But we have even more exciting news, which is we're setting up in the car park at the gym. So one step closer to the gym, guys. You can look inside the gym.
I'll lift the roller door for you.
That you'll be training just outside the gym.
Yeah, but we have access. I mean, obviously, apart from the squat rack, we have access to all the equipment in the gym. So air bikes, rowers, sleds, slam balls, dumbbells, barbells, all that stuff. We've also bought an outdoor squat rack, which would be great. Yeah. A what? Pergola.
You know, marquee.
Is it called a pergola?
Well, same thing, yeah.
Oh, okay. A shelter. And what else we get? Oh, and some temporary fencing as well, just for a little bit of privacy.
So you guys will be able to do a lot more at the gym. That's the reason why we decided to go the car park option. Yeah. Just because you can get back to a lot of the training that so many of you have told us that you're missing. Yeah,
exactly. All the weighted stuff is good. And like where we train at the park is good, but it's still different. Yeah. It's just not the same.
Well, you don't have everything at your fingertips, it just makes it easier for us as well to sanitize and all that kind of stuff. We don't have to stress about forgetting something. Mm-hmm. So super excited. That is all happening as of Monday.
Yeah. So Monday we'll be at the gym, which we're obviously pumped about if you can't tell. What else is happening? Oh, yes. Our long-awaited cookbook.
Oh, yeah.
It's in its final stages of editing.
I'm so sorry, guys. This is taking forever.
It took a lot. Isn't this always the case, though? When you're like, oh, that won't take long. Next minute takes ages. Yeah. But that should be out next week. We're just waiting on the final edits. All the recipes are there. So it's just up to our graphics man to knock it out of the park, and then it'll be up on our website. Hopefully, I don't even want to say a day because I've got no idea.
Don't give a date like the council. That's upsetting me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Did you just bring it? No. You know what?
No negativity.
You know what? Our town planner might be listening, so we won't say anything. Moving on.
All right, guys. So we asked
Hi, Mary, if you're listening.
Stop it. We asked you all some questions as we usually do, and we got quite a fair few to get through. So let's start with the first one. Back stiffness, soreness, rest or push through? And can we have a couple of remedies for that tight back as well?
You want me to go?
Yeah,
I'm the one with the tight back. I guess I can speak from experience. Stiffness... so it's most important that you know what it actually is. Stiffness, you can push through, just need to warm up, stretch. Soreness, even still, maybe you'd probably look to avoid a couple of exercises. But injury, different. And I think sometimes, and I'm definitely guilty of this. So if I sound like I'm on my high horse about it, I am not. like, we just need to take a deep breath. I'm not training for the Olympics. I'm not a professional athlete. If my knee's a bit sore, maybe I don't need to squat today, even if it's written on the whiteboard. So the thing is just like, and sometimes we can all get a little bit gung-ho about training and this and that and a little bit too into it, and we just kind of lose sight of why we train in the first place. So I think before you go looking to push through an injury, just remember that.
Yeah.
Like, if you train to feel good, be healthy, look good, all that stuff, you do not need to train an injured area.
Yep.
So, number one, if you are injured, avoid it.
Yes.
Rehab
Rest.
it.
Yep.
Put your energy into resting it. There's plenty of other stuff you can do.
Yeah, and speaking of rehab, like seeking the right advice. Oh my goodness.
Seek any kind of advice. Like,
Go see a professional.
Yeah, if I had $1 for every time I was like, oh, how's your hamstring there? Oh, yeah, it feels good. I was like, who'd you hear about it? No one. 3 weeks ago, I was just like, well, like, it's not better.
Yeah.
It just, the inflammation's gone down. So, like, we absolutely love it when clients are as proactive about their injuries as they are about everything else.
Yeah,
like,
as they are about training.
Rest does not fix like proper injuries. You need to rehab it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not it's not a stub toe. It's a proper injury. So just take the necessary steps to make sure it's better. But if you are like a bit stiff and sore, absolutely you can train with it, no problem. I would say the main thing is that you tell us or whoever you're training with, and you make sure that like we know the severity of it.
Yeah. So
if you say, oh, it's okay, but it's actually like quite bad, like don't say, oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Let's complement what we're trying to do. So if we're stiff and sore, what type of exercises are we going to be doing? Like, let's focus on body weight. Let's focus on getting some range. Let's focus on stretching, not being a hero and trying to do a 1 RM back squat.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Think about what you're trying to do. Like, going for a walk is great. Movement is great for stiffness.
Yeah, especially tight backs.
Yeah. Like, you just need to move more.
Get some blood flow through.
Not necessarily train more.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that can be like, and that can also come back to us putting probably too much of an emphasis on how important training actually is.
Yeah, over movement.
Yeah,
sure.
Over movement when it's actually the other way around.
Yeah, and I know who this person is too, and you're doing all the right things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, is at every mobility session.
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly what you should be doing. Walking heaps, perfect.
Yeah.
Knowing things that aggravate you and, you can talk up when something doesn't feel right. That is exactly what you should be doing.
And I think for anyone else who's listening to this and they might have a bit of a sore knee or this or that, it's like, if you want to know if you are doing the right things, just message us.
Ask, yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you know. If it sounds like you need to see someone, we'll let you know. But like, we're pretty cautious with injuries, and I think that's probably the only way to be, because I would much rather, spend $120 at the physio only to be told that everything's fine than not quite know and kind of dilly-dally around for a couple of weeks and then either heard it or not, but just sort of be in that weird space of tread and water.
How many people have we trained for years, that have never sought advice on little niggles that are still kind of around?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, well, if you go and see someone, then probably it would have lasted maybe a few months.
Yeah, well, you'd just be able to target it and knock it out.
You'd actually know, compared to kind of just training around it.
And this probably speaks to like actually how resilient your body is in general, like what it can put up with. But that doesn't mean that you should put up with stuff.
Exactly.
So like, just because it's fine and you can get through it, like, you shouldn't accept that.
Well, look what we do with our bodies every single day. Like, look what people...
Oh, I've started her off now.
I know.
Here we go.
Oh, my goodness. I'm off.
I apologise. Apologise to
No, but we do. Like, we are so horrible to our bodies. Like, so many people, like, day in, day out, like,
informed
alcohol, drugs,
informed
nutrition.
or uninformed.
Like...
Because sometimes people don't know and they have the best intentions as well. But, yeah, a lot of the practices that we can consider normal are pretty detrimental to health, for sure.
And how often do we hear feedback from our nutrition guys? I didn't know what this felt like. Like, they didn't know what it was like to feel good.
Don't make me bring out the new bike analogy. You know I like to do it with food all the time.
Like, incredible.
Yeah.
Our bodies, are so resilient.
Yeah. Trade in the Ford Fiesta, get yourself a Ferrari.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Wonder what we're driving.
Me? Lambo.
Love it.
You? Ford Territory.
What? Now they all know you're a liar.
All right. Next question. A couple of remedies for a tight back. You do a rehab one and I'll do a movement one, and we'll tick both bases. So let's say you wake up the next day and it's like, it's really quite sore. Or what would you do straight away while you're waiting to go see a physio?
I'd probably have it like a warm shower, to be honest.
Yeah. So heat up the area, get some, open up the up the arteries and veins, get some blood flow through. If you wake up and it's a bit stiff, and like you're obviously still able to move around and stuff, but you're just aware of it, like movement. So I'd go for a walk, and then I'd look to stretch out the areas around my back. So hamstrings, glutes, hip flexors would be my first port of call, and then I would probably just take a little bit longer in the warm up before I start training and see how I feel. But I would just take it as how I feel and not try and do too much.
Yeah, but with the rehab stuff, guys, you don't do anything until you seek help.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I think most, like, as we get older, I think we're pretty good at knowing the difference between injury and soreness. But if you know you struggle with that, don't listen to your instinct.
I know.
Like, get some advice and be like, it's fine, but in the past this has happened. Like, it just takes a little bit of self-awareness.
Yeah, would you have some people that are, like, too tough?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. All right. The next one is, I feel, a little bit lockdown related. So if you're feeling totally drained, force yourself to work out or rest. So everyone's interpretation of drained is different.
Well, there's a few different types of drained.
Yeah. So are you mentally...
Yeah, like emotionally drained?
Yeah.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Physically drained? Might need a breather.
Yeah.
Short answer. That's the short answer.
That is the short answer. So let's expand on it a little bit. Everyone's feeling down, obviously. We've had an extended period.
And have been for a while as well. So, it's not just short and sharp. Like, it sort of slowly builds up over the days and weeks, I reckon. Yeah,
and we've spoken about this a lot over past podcasts, like doing little things to make you happy. I'll make you laugh today.
This is how well our relationship's going.
Ben is already rolling his eyes. Oh. I started following a Wombat page on Instagram, and it makes me so happy.
Dead set.
Oh, they're so cute. But yeah, like, really try and surround yourself with as much positivity as you can. Like, something so simple really does make me smile. And then it makes me smile even more by Ben's reaction to what I'm doing.
It's just... Like, people think you're the serious one and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, she looks at wombats. Dead set.
Fantastic.
We've swapped roles.
Yeah, so he has become a little crankier probably in lockdowns compared to me.
Probably.
But yeah, when you are feeling drained, what can you do? Remember what exercise does.
The end result.
So we all know it releases all the good stuff.
All the dopamine.
Yeah, all the happy hormones. So you know after you get started that you're going to feel good after it. Okay? So the question is, how are you going to get started? So that's what people struggle with. So everyone's different. It might be actually doing a Zoom. Message us, hey, Ben, Dan, I am coming to the 12:30 today. Yeah, once you've told us, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Or are you going to do it with a friend? Message your friend, hey, what are you doing when the kids are sleeping today at lunchtime? Let's catch up and do a workout.
Yeah, or a walk.
I'm feeling a bit down. Yeah, catch up with a friend for a walk. Whatever it is, you know it's going to make you feel good. Physically drained, that's a little bit different. Do you want to take over, Ben?
So let's assume that physically drained is maybe you had a workout planned for the day, but you've done 2 in the previous 2 days, and like you're just like, I think I need a break, but I've got a rest day tomorrow, or whatever. Like if you're quite a structured person, this happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
So just like again, and we spoke about this a bit before, but it's like you're not a professional athlete. Just take it as you go. Adjust your day. If you have 2 rests, like 2 rests in a row, it won't kill you. You'll be fine. Like, or just go, like, oh, I'm going away this weekend. I'm not going to be able to train for 3-4 days. Just drop the weights right back and move.
Are you trying to make people upset?
Why would I do that?
Going away on the weekend. No one can go away.
I was just trying to use an example. Or stuff's on and you're like, oh, well, this is the last chance I have to go for a run or this and that. Just take it easy and take it as you go. I think if you feel drained, it doesn't necessarily mean you are drained. And this is probably one for the emotionally drained category rather than the physically drained category. But just take the pressure off and just be like, oh, I'm just going to warm up. And I'll see how I feel.
Yeah.
So you give yourself the out, because in your mind, probably doing 40 minutes of exercise is like just Mount Everest. It's like, oh my God, this is just going to be too hard. But yeah, I can do 10 squats, 10 cat-cows and some commandos for 5 minutes, no problem. See how I feel. If I still feel like, nah, I'm done. No problem. But if you get through that and you're like, oh, that was okay, maybe I'll do a couple of Bulgarian split squats. And then you just slowly work your way into it, and you'll probably find that by the end, you just feel great. Like you've just worked your way through. That was awesome. Done. Happy hormones.
Yep.
But I think, like, we talk about 0 to 100 a lot. Like, so, or all or nothing, and how damaging that can be. Like, so it's, I guess if I can't give all 100%, then I'm better off doing nothing. Not the case.
Yeah.
Like, you can do half a workout and it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, well, if I did half, then it's like, oh, well, I didn't get through it all. Like, I'm soft or I'm weak or I'm whatever, which is not the case.
Yeah.
Just do what you can at that time.
Yeah. So this is probably one of the biggest areas where I've changed and grown personally.
Oh, me too.
Like, when you first met me, like, I was so structured, so rigid.
No time for wombats, I tell you.
There was no time. There was no time for wombats back then. Whereas now, obviously, we have 3 children. We're running a business and working another job. Like, wherever I can fit in movement, I love it and I enjoy it. And
we've probably swapped around.
Yeah, like I'm grateful for 30-minute walk, or I'm grateful for a 30-minute workout. I'm not punishing myself for getting up. Well, what time would I have to get up? Probably
this morning.
Yeah, like for example, Harry was up at 5:30. So if I wanted an hour to train by myself, like, I'd have to get up at 4.
And there's no guarantee he's not waking up then either.
Like, sleep's really important for us too, and we know how important sleep is. We preach about it all the time.
Yeah.
So for me, I give myself that break. Movement is still really important, and I want that to be part of my day, but how it looks in my day is very different.
Yeah. And this is probably you through education as well, and knowing that, maybe to feel healthy and well, you don't need to lift weights for 60 minutes 5 times a week.
Yeah.
You can actually do it for twice a week, and then, like a couple of half an hour blocks, and you'll just be absolutely fine. So I think, like, sometimes, we always say that your intuition is like backed by your education. So, like, you can only practice what you know. So if you don't know, then it's hard to practice the right stuff. But I think through years of experience, you've now kind of landed on, I would say just a bit of a sweet spot.
Yeah.
For what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for where I'm at in life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's something we can all take away. So, yeah, I hope that's helped with the drained one, because I do feel like a lot of people are feeling that way at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's also just last one on that is, like, take a look at the last week and it's like, am I feeling this all the time, or is it just this one time? Like, and this is where self-awareness is key. Like, I'm probably not really like our clients in the way of like, I will push through regardless, but that's not necessarily a good thing. So if you know that you're the person who kind of tends to look for a shortcut when it's there, or you've just started and you're like, so the reason I say that is because I love training. So it doesn't take me much to kind of get in the car and drive to the gym, like happy to do it. But if that feels like a really big deal to you and you find yourself kind of, it happens more often than not that you skip training and you're still feeling a bit drained, then it might be something that you might just look to push through a little bit just to experience the positive benefits of it, to actually get that.
Yeah. Well, we say it with everything. Know the type of person you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you use that to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Any tips for cardio exercises in lockdown when you can't run? Oh, I like it. Good one. So anything that gets your heart rate up. Go, Ben.
Yeah, well, that is basically what cardio is. So I think when people think cardio, they think running.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Instantly.
It's like, it's so accessible. It's easy to do in regards logistically. It's not easy to do practically. Like, please, if you haven't run in a long time, I mean, how many calf injuries, knee, ankles,
joints,
like last year,
joints,
my goodness.
Yeah.
So not everyone should be running. It's just like, I used to run when I was younger. It's like, that was 15 years ago, Simon, or Thomas, or whoever it is. Simon, hello if you're listening. I'm not talking to you. You keep riding your bikes. But it's like, just because you used to do it when you were younger probably doesn't mean you should do it now. So
I know. I love when people say, "Oh, blah 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 is a good runner." It's like,
I was a good runner when I was younger and 20 kgs lighter. It's like, yes, you were, but that's not the case now. Like, you're completely deconditioned to running.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a sidetrack.
Another story. Cardio in lockdown.
Yeah, I would say
anything high rep, first of all, is going to turn
high rep, long duration, but easy movements.
Yes.
So it has to be stuff that you can move through smoothly without getting near a point of failure on the exercises. So 3 that come to mind would be air squats, shoulder taps, and sit-ups. Like movements that you can just punch out, 30, 40, maybe not sit-ups for everyone, but like a plank reach, even if you find crunching and sit-ups quite hard. But what I wouldn't do is be like, oh, I'm going to do cardio, I'm going to do handstand push-ups, Bulgarian split squats with weight, like stuff that's quite technical and slow. Don't try and make
burpees.
Don't try and make that cardio.
Yeah.
We're looking for easy movements.
Easy.
And in regards to the duration that you kind of need to go for to get that like cardio feel, just to do 20 minutes of squats, shoulder taps, and sit-ups could be pretty boring depending on the kind of person you are. I personally would find that boring. You would probably enjoy that.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of mood I was in.
Yeah. So what I might do is like, I know that to get the most out of a cardio workout, I need to be going for roughly 20 to half hour. I might break it up into 8-minute blocks.
Yeah.
8 minutes on, 1 minute rest, something like that.
Yeah.
To hit that time domain. Otherwise, I'm just basically getting my heart rate up for a bit of a sweat and then not, which is also absolutely fine. But if I really wanted to get that cardio like hit, that adaptation from training, then I need to be going for 20 minutes plus for sure. Yeah.
If you're a BD member, all our online sessions are pretty cardio based now, obviously, because of the limitations. With online, it's all body weight.
And our new training ebook as well, all the workouts are 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So definitely tick that cardio box. There's 30 workouts on there on our website, and most of them are cardio based. I'd say 20 of the 30 are cardio based. There's a few strength
based ones,
but not enough to call it a strength ebook.
Yeah.
By any means, it's all conditioning, all heart rate, low technicality on the exercise, I should say. Low technicality. That's a word.
We know what you mean. Yeah, stop talking. Sometimes you just talk too much.
I'm tired, guys.
I think that's it for the day.
Yeah, all questions done. Yeah. Thank you very much for those of you who sent them through.
Yeah, thank you. We look forward to seeing more of you, which is amazing.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled on our socials for Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, of course. We'll be updating actually, you on
look at that. I've just got a text. Sweet.
We've got to go to the gym.
Yeah, got to go to the gym.
Something's getting delivered.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
See you later.
Enjoy the footy.